Why, good morning, YouTube. Thrash Pondo here with another one of my Retched recaps. And today's is going to be a surprise. Ready for the reveal? Dum! Yes, it's a Doctor Who comic from way back in the late, great 70s. Today's is going to be Doctor Who versus the Brain Trust. Get it? The Brain Trust. Brain Trust. In brain we trust. Brain and brain. What is brain? I think I've beat this to death long enough, and I'm now going to go into the action. So first things last, I shall turn the page. And oh look, we see a dystopian city. One where all the people have to dress alike and not show emotion. Can you say, thank you, Mr. Orwell? And lo and behold, just by some astonishing coincidence, the Doctor shows up into this futuristic dystopia. Well, I say Doctor Who, he looks more like a demonically possessed Tom Jones, but that's just me. And he witnesses a rebel in this futuristic city, and guess what the rebel's source of rebellion is? That's right, he's showing emotion. And what do? They throw him off the side of the city, where of course he can display some serious emotion there. Anyway, the Doctor walks into this breakfast nook of this dystopian couple, and they're having some type of bizarre, unemotional breakfast conversation, and he notices, oh, look, they're eating from tubes. Boy, they're really phoning in the whole dystopian era here. But apparently that food is going to be substantial on some level, because the Doctor appears to have put on 30 pounds since we saw him last. And oh, look, some advertisements. I wonder if there's anything here about weight loss. There was always bodybuilding here somewhere. Oh, there's one. Oh, but the big thing here is talk to the birds. That could come in handy. It's for the birds, if you ask me. Moving forward. So the Doctor tries to communicate with him, and he doesn't have much luck. And, oh, look! They're going to kill the husband because he has some heart defect. And this causes the woman to go hysterical and shed a simple tear. So what do? They fry her brain. Doctor's sufficiently horrified by this, causing him to, oh, look, get arrested by the emotion police, or whatever they bother to call them in this dystopian comic. And they take him in to execute him. And while they're doing so, they bring him to a place of execution and execute someone who very conveniently was there ahead of him. This buys him some time. And while he's arguing with these folks, trying to convince them to not execute him, we see this futuristic Mo, Larry, and Curly, who launch a daring escape plan. And they wear what is possibly the most ridiculous flight suits in recorded history. The wings are basically drawers from a filing cabinet. And they wear these old-style record players with little propellers on the top. Why not? And they go in, and they're not there to rescue the Doctor. They were there to rescue the guy who was just executed before him, but then say to themselves, oh, why don't we just rescue this guy while we're here, so it's not a total loss. And they strap him to one of these flying photographs, and lo and behold, it works. Oh, and hey, look, an advertisement. This one here is for bubble gum. Does not have the flavor fiend. Those are my favorite. If the flavor fiend will hunt you, don't you worry. Apparently, he wanted more money. But I miss bubble gum back when I had teeth I could chew with. But that's another story. So anyway, the Doctor escapes, and he's taken to the source of the rebellion. And oh, here's the Brain Trust trying to come up with, more advertisements to get vintage comic books. When the comic books start advertising other comic books, that's when you know they're really scraping the sides of the barrel. Oh, but look, the Brain Trust is back, and they're like, we have to get rid of this Doctor person. Make that top on your list. And while the Doctor's hanging out in the secret hideout of the rebellion, he does something no one's ever seen before. He laughs. And lo and behold, this somehow makes him the prophet for this emotion rebellion. And oh, look, you see, it was foretold that yada yada. Yeah, we've seen this before. It's the whole you're the Christ-like figure. And here we see more advertisements because they're getting towards the end here and they really need to cram in as many as they can. And oh, hey, lo and behold, there's this guy comes riding in and he's riding what looks to be a monster from a Doug McClure movie. You remember Doug McClure? You've probably seen him in films like At the Earth's Core and At the Earth's Core, among others. And this guy, he has a secret weapon. It's a really ugly bug that supposedly eats everything. And he doesn't have just the one, he's got a whole mess of them. Gee, that might help. I could also see, might somehow go wrong, but we'll just leave that to see what happens here. And here we see Tom Baker. Well, he really looks more like a demonically possessed Marty Allen, but again, what do I know? And lo and behold, just as they're being attacked by the onslaught of the enemy forces, something goes awry, and sure enough, all the little buggy wugs get loose, and they go to eat our beloved doctor. Now, if you were watching this in a show, this is where they would go, because that's where the action ends. So we never really find out what happens. We get some great ads here for She-Hulk and some other superhero comics. And then we have this last little blurb here about the night of the werewolf, as opposed to those daytime werewolves. This guy is a werewolf, and he's stuck in traffic because, lo and behold, this truck jackknife releasing a real wolf. Actually, real wolves. There was 5 of them. And even more importantly, they were rabid wolves. Why you were trucking rabid wolves through the interstate is still beyond me. But this guy decides that the best way to fight a wolf of rabies is with a werewolf. So he goes out, and there was these ladies just sort of wandering in the forest, which are about to be attacked by these werewolves, and he springs into action just in time for another Spider-Man hostess cake comic, and lo and behold, someone's kidnapping some kid, and they thwart the kidnappers by eating hostess cakes, because, well, why not? So anyway, werewolf dude figures all I have to do is take out the lead wolf, the alpha male, which I don't know if rabid wolves pack. I don't know if they have that type of mental capacity, but what do I know? Anyway, the plan works just in time for the authorities to show up and capture the rabid wolves, although they also capture our hero, the Night Wolf. The plot thickens. But he escapes, and they say, well, gee, one of the wolves got away, the one that was standing upright and wearing clothes. And the truck driver's like, I don't recall one of those. Yeah, the 6th wolf. And he goes, but wait, I only had 5 wolves. It is a perplexing mystery. And off they go. And oh, look, here's one of those ads for those toy soldiers. Only they're back to doing D-Day. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys tonight. Hopefully I'll have a better comic for next time, or a worse one with some better commentary. Anyway, be good, be careful, be safe. To any of you living in the Northeast, or pretty much anywhere along the East Coast, be prepared for this upcoming storm. It is a doozy. I'm already stockpiling, well, everything. Anyway, that's all for me. Have a great weekend. I'm looking to see you all again very, 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 very soon.